Hey everybody, Shoe Shack Redemption back to continue the 99-2000 season. We are 38-5 at the All-Star break. Unfortunately had just a lot of injuries throughout the first half of the season. Some wear and tear going on. We've got Grant Hill currently out another month or so with a lower leg stress fracture. And KG with a terrible injury. Much like last year, looks like he might be back for the playoffs at some point. My medical staff, my training staff is really good, so people tend to come back earlier than their initial timeline. But he only played 22 games in the season last year and only 28 this year, so he was off to a good start, but unfortunately won't be playing for most of the rest of the season, if not all of it. So we got Barkley into the starting lineup. We've got the backcourt of Kobe, Payton, and Stockton all starting together. So Dirk's in the rotation. We've got enough depth, obviously, to be fine, but hopefully won't be seeing more injuries. The bench is playing quite a few minutes. We're 9-man right now, so we'll see how things go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and keep simulating first week after the All-Star break. We already have a loss, and Peyton is hurt with a bruised knee. That would mean... probably would mean Marion would start, which I don't mind. I mean, if people need a rest and that's why they keep getting hurt, we can try it. Why not? Here we go. I think it's that one. So let's go ahead and switch these, and then Kobe's gonna play shooting guard. This will be Carter. So who else has to play now? Ron Harper can be in the rotation. That's okay. Give him a little PT. Probably going to be playing Vince Carter a lot. Actually, let's let him have a bit of a break there. Then he can play more here. We have Kobe going out a little early because I want him to come back in when Shaq goes out. That's the idea. This needs to be Harper. And then we'll let Vince finish. I guess we could have started Carter too, but I kind of like the idea of having him and Kobe in at separate times for the most part. And let Harper play a little bit here. So that's pretty awful. Hopefully don't need to save that one. I don't have 3 people injured very often at a time. We are 10-man now. Hopefully for just one game. Leave it as is. And we lost 2 in a row. We scored 80 points in back-to-back games. That is terrible. Wow. So now we'll put Peyton back in. I mean, we're missing 2 very good players. And for the first time starting somebody in this, well, technically if he's not up to, we've got 2 people starting in the 70s, 3 right now with Peyton hurt. So while that is much worse than we usually are, it's still, you would think, a lot better than most other teams. So not quite understanding it. So let's go ahead and load back this lineup, and then we'll let Peyton take a little more of a break if possible. That would mean more for Carter or Kobe. Kobe was playing that. Carter already has huge stretches, so we'll go with that for now. Well, that was stupid. Alright, let's see what happened. 24-point win over the Sixers. Glenn Rice still averaging 17 points per game. Kobe, Carter, and Shaq all in the 20s. Top rebounder only had 8, which was Shaq. Peyton missed all 4 of his threes. Barkley only had 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting. So power forward was weak in that one. The Heat are really good, so at least there's that. This is Michael Jordan's team. Vince Carter leads the way. Shaq had 7 points on 2 for 4 shooting. What is that? He has the highest shot tendency on my team, and he's 2 for 4. He did have 5 fouls, didn't quite play all his minutes. Kobe also had 5 fouls on 2 for 9 shooting. This was the game Peyton got hurt. Dirk had 5 fouls. This was just a terrible game. We shot 67 times. Percentage was 43, still better than them, but we were 1 for 15 from downtown and missed 11 free throws. It wasn't Michael Jordan that tore us up. He actually shot very poorly. It was Nick Van Exel who could barely miss. Oh boy. And then, without Peyton, we lost to the Cavs. Their record is below 500, so that's always great to see. Scottie Pippen, 8 points. Leading scorer had 15. Shaq with back-to-back games in single-digit scoring. He fouled out along with Kobe in this one. I did make one change. I kind of forgot. After I stopped recording last time and before I started now, I went to shoot at will because my team was not getting up that many shots. I've got such good players, we should get a lot of shots up, and we haven't been. So I put it to shoot at will, and now Shaq is awful. So maybe that tempo is too fast for the 300-pound monster. I'm going to go one more week with that, and if it's still terrible, especially if I lose another game here, I am switching that back. We've got 2 away games. The Suns are really good, the Magic are decent, and the Spurs are good, so it's a pretty big test. We did beat the Suns. We need to do some more scouting. Was I already into the fake people? It looks like it, so... There we go. We lost again, this time to the Magic, who are the worst of the 3 teams we just played. Beat the Suns by 11, Iverson with 28, he's still averaging over 30, just a crazy, crazy year for him so far. But this team has no other scorers, so not super surprising. Shaq had 15 this time. Kobe fouled out again, so something about shoot at will is making my team foul a lot more. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I guess if they're tired from running up the court on offense, they're fouling more on defense. Maybe. We lost this one because we allowed almost 40 points in the 4th. There was no defense from either team. We got Jason Williams getting 20 and 10. Elton Brand fouled out in 15 minutes. So even without his usual production, we lose. Kobe with 33. Okay, Shaq is capable of still doing fantastic, but this is like the best game these two have had since All-Star break, and yet we lost. Nobody had 5 fouls, but we still fouled quite a bit. Peyton was awful at 8 turnovers. My team had 26 turnovers. That's terrible. And then the Spurs. Shaq with another good one. Okay, so maybe it's not the shoot at will, it's hurting him. He did foul out again, though. Peyton almost did. Dirk with a big game off the bench. Stockton didn't score. Nash had 2, so my point guard position was 0 for 4 with 2 points and 18 assists. It's kind of fun. Big Dog with 31 and 10. Alright, I guess I go one more week and see how it goes. Grant Hill is back already. I just did 2 weeks, correct? And he was at 4 to 6. So that's how quick that changes. Garnett's now down to 2 to 4 months instead of 4 to 6. So that's how good my training staff is, I guess. Grant Hill, I don't know that he's in... Well, he started out as a 6th man for me the first 2 years, but he started every game since. It was a stress fracture. I feel like he would jump back in the starting lineup, but who the heck do I bench? Peyton is struggling from the field again. I had him on the bench, but he's also my best player, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. Stockton's field goal percentage has dropped since the All-Star break a little bit. Let's see. Peyton's actually is a little better. He's scoring a bit more too, but that's because Hill's not around. Kobe's scoring has dropped. Barkley has been awful, so that's probably something I want to change. Maybe try Dirk in the starting lineup. Maybe that'll spread out the floor for Shaq to do more. I was really hoping his average would go up. So we're going to try Dirk here. And Hill's going to start off the bench. And I'll just go ahead and try this lineup to start out with. And then switch these guys around. We'll probably go back to 10-man here. Let's let Grant be the first guy off the bench. And then Nash and Stockton was playing a lot less before. Nash doesn't have to play as much. What do I want to do here? It could be Peyton at point guard. And then Carter comes in. I don't know. Let's see what I can do here. If I give this to Hill, just as a starting point. What does this need to be? Small forward? Has to be Hill. Okay, Kobe's at 36. That's a big stretch for Hill. Alright. Do I have Hill finish the game? Probably not quite yet. This can be Carter. Just try something a little different since the team has been struggling. Let's do something a little different there. Hill's at 21. Peyton lost quite a few. Stockton lost some. I don't know. And then I need to figure out Dirk and Barkley as well. Dirk next to Shaq, I like better than Barkley with Shaq. So let's. That's a long time. For Barkley to play straight. Maybe I have Dirk come back in here. Does that make sense? No. I don't know if Barkley can play that much in a row or not. I guess I could also let Ben Wallace play if Barkley's been that terrible. Let's try that. Okay. Wallace and Shaq isn't a great duo together either, but maybe Shaq won't have to do as much on defense. We can let Barkley probably finish the game. And then so Dirk 25, Barkley goes down to 16, Wallace up to 21. I still want to give Peyton another one or two. If he's shooting guard, he's small forward, shooting guard. Let's do something like that. Okay. This becomes, I don't know what. This is technically just my no KG lineup at this point. However that is. Whatever. Not too happy with how this has all started. We are 10-man still. We'll see how it goes with Dirk in the starting lineup. We did win by 9. Kobe is now hurt. Jeez, injury after injury. Well, that does let Grant Hill come back in the lineup, though. Can we go? We should be able to go 9-man, I think. Peyton goes back to playing a whole bunch of shooting guard. Let's see. I think if we just start with the... Let's just start with our normal lineup. Because that was with everybody except KG. This is going to be Peyton, Nash. We need either Carter or Peyton here. I'd rather it be Peyton. And then Carter can come in earlier. Oops. Something like that. Oh boy, maybe this is going to be harder than I thought. Let's start with all the point guard minutes. Get those divvied out between Nash and Stockton. Probably 50-50 would be my preference. 24-24, that looks good to me. I don't know about 8 minutes in the fourth. That seems like too many. And then let's do Okay, what I'd like to have is Peyton in just about everywhere Stockton isn't. But I guess that's not necessary. We gotta have... Anytime Peyton's not at shooting guard, it has to be Vince Carter. Probably not quite like that. There's 29 for Peyton. He needs to be more here. That's a lot of minutes for Carter. He's young. He can do it, right? Let's maybe do... Oh no, that would mean Hill has to play more. Okay, let's try that. And then... I feel like going 10-man would make this a lot easier. Probably need to. That would mean Sean Marion has to play. Okay, let's just do it. Go back to this. And then Carter plays here. This is Marion. We need to fix this. We had Wallace playing there. Barkley. Dirk with Shaq. We can go back to Barkley there. One more. Okay. And then something similar over here. Where it's Peyton. Means that's Carter. These are Marion. So rookie Marion getting some time on the court here. Hill up to 30, I think, off his injury. That's probably where I want him for now. Alright, how's that look? 28 for Dirk is too much, so I didn't do these. Let's just try that. Oh, let's try that. So this is no Kobe in KG. So much of this year's simulation has been on this rainbow screen. Take some of the fun out of it. We continue to be 10-man. Kobe's out 1 to 2 weeks, which probably means he'll be out for like 4 days. We did win all those games, so that's nice to see. Won by 9 against the Cavs. Kobe with 24. Shaq with a big rebound and block game. This was the first game Dirk started, I believe. Got a big 3 points, but 4 blocks for Dirk Nowitzki. Look at that. I don't think Stockton has a double-double this year yet, because when he gets 10 points, he doesn't get assists. And when he gets 10 assists, he usually gets like 3 points. So he doesn't have the ball enough to do both of them. Allen Houston with 20. Big win over the really good Heat. Kobe again with 28. So the first couple wins were because of Kobe. This time Barkley was amazing. 17 and 7 in 17 minutes on only 6 shots. So off the bench looks like the way for him to go. Dirk was great. Gary Payton struggles yet again. Looks like he's going to shoot under 40%. Michael Jordan averaging 19 points. Does not say he's retiring, so that's nice to see. Although it's struggling to see that he's 84 overall, and will get even worse. Beat the Knicks by 20. They're not very good. Rodney Rogers leading the way. for my team is Vince Carter with 20. Shaq 18 and 11. Gary Payton just cannot shoot for whatever reason. Really struggling. Here's Marion in the rotation. So Kobe got hurt in this one. 28 points. And then whooped on the Wizards. McGrady only had 12. He fouled out in 17 minutes. He's averaging 18. Shaq 22 and 13. There we go. Grant Hill. So he's back for this one? Yes, he only had 9 points. That's not great. And this is the one he came off the bench. That was a good comeback. I think it said he was 4 of 8 from the line. That's not fun. Okay. Dirk is that his first double-double? It sure is. First double-double of his career. In his fourth start, 17 and 12, made 3 threes. Gary Payton 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. Ben Wallace didn't shoot, got 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. I like that. Alright, so I feel like Grant Hill can probably have some more minutes now. It says suggested 26. What do they want me to do? Carter and Nash play more? Shaq says he's tired. I don't know whether to look at... It still says 1 to 2 weeks for Kobe. I can look at team stats, I guess, for... Whoops. Oh my gosh. Just let me leave. Team stats. Can you see, like, since All-Star? Last 30 days. Yeah, that's probably good enough. 104.2. I'm shooting only 80 times. I'm shooting even less than I was before. Am I getting to the line more? 29.8. No. So shoot at will has not helped, it seems. Where I've led the league, I mean, I'm still leading the league in points per game, but in the last 30 days, I'm 10th. Because those first 2 losses, I only scored 80 points. The last 5 games, which are all wins, I think, 106. Okay, I'm getting some shots up, but still in the bottom 5 of the league. I am getting a lot of free throws, but only top 10. Okay, I'm going to change shoot at will. It doesn't seem to be helping. Shaq is doing worse, shooting less field goals and free throws, and that's been while Hill, Kobe, Payton, they've all been hurt at different times. Oh boy. So let's change that back to average. We're still crashing the glass. I'm going to take 1 minute away from Shaq because he says he's tired. Let's just do it there. Barkley's doing a little better now off the bench. Marion, not so good, but barely playing. So, all right, keep going here. Steve Nash is now hurt, and we lost to the Raptors. Kobe's now day-to-day. I have a game next, so he's probably not back. So let's make sure neither of these injured guys play. This is going to be fun. So now Payton has to play all the point guard minutes. I don't know if Ron Harper's playing again now. Seems like maybe. We gotta have Payton, Stockton, Payton, Stockton, This is what we did for quite a while. We had Peyton playing all the other point guard minutes. 27 for Stockton might be too many, but we'll see. Now, everywhere Peyton isn't, technically that should be Carter. Oh my. So that's not going to work, obviously. Peyton actually needs to lose some minutes, like right here. Let's just do it all, and then we'll carve away with Ron Harper. All right. So, or I guess John Marion. Well, it has to be both, probably. 3. I feel like Hill needs to be in maybe where Shaq isn't. This can be Marion. Peyton 35, that's a lot. Hill 33 sounds good. Harper needs to play maybe the end of the third. Let Carter play a whole bunch there. Oops. And that's Marion. 15 for Marion. I can give Harper that one. Vince there. Oh boy. So many injuries. Lost by 4. Assume Kobe's back soon. Gotta finish off some scouting here. Kobe is back. I'm gonna leave it just for that game so we can win. So he can hopefully get a practice in. Alright, so now we go back to the no KG. Kobe's doing too good to not have in the starting lineup, but Peyton has been awful. He's now shooting under 40%. And without Nash around, I think he's the one that would be on the bench. Hard to do that when he's so good, but he's going to play a whole bunch. I don't know who. I guess it was Peyton or Stockton I didn't have finishing the game. This has to be the most times I've had injuries in any of these seasons I've simulated. This is just getting ridiculous. Okay, I'd rather have Stockton play a little there. 22, 26, but he's going to play more probably. We've got Kobe coming back in. This needs to be Marion does need to play, I guess. Does he? Yeah. So much time on this screen. We can have Peyton get a couple more there, which means Kobe there. And then what do we got to do? This had to be Grant Hill. Probably rather Marion play here. We're missing Grant Hill here. I think switch that around so this can be Carter. 30 is not enough for Hill. I can actually give Vince a little break there. Oh, he's only at 19. What happened there? Uh-oh. Kobe's playing a lot after coming back from an injury. That probably doesn't need to happen. Carter. No, I want Kobe finishing the half. What do I need here? This is small forward. Hill. I guess then this can be Carter. So 24. Marion playing 4 in the first quarter is kind of a waste, but I guess if maybe it saves from another injury, then it's worth it. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Is there anywhere we can do another one for Peyton? Trying to save Kobe a little bit. Let's do that. Alright, so this is now my no KG lineup, if I can talk. How many times can I redo my rotation? That's the question. And now Nash is going to be back here in a bit. So we are 10-man, even if Sean Marion's barely playing. Oh, there's a big win. Alright, so let's look at this loss. The Raptors are decent, at least. Makes me feel a little better. Rasheed Wallace scoring the fewest of his career so far. This is like the class of 95. Wallace, Reeves, and Finley. That's the 12th pick, the 7th pick, and the 4th pick. That's fun. And he was 95 too, right? No, he's 94. Alright, Shaq 25, so of course he leads my team, but it's in a loss. Dirk 2 for 8. Gary Payton was 0 for 8. I don't know what's wrong with him. Hopefully going to the bench will help. 12 points over the terrible Hornets. Grant Hill leads the way. Payton, decent, but field goals still not good. Carter struggled. Shaq was alright. Marion 4 boards, all offensive. Keith Van Horn scored 26. Only 3 points over Minnesota. Hill, Shaq, and Payton all did really well. Kobe comes back and gets 18. Dirk 3 for 10 is not great. Peja scores 31. He's averaging 22 points a game. Big Mark Jackson 13 and 7. And then 44 over the Jazz. This is the Jalen Rose, who's averaging 20 points, and Chris Webber team averaging 25. Oh boy, Shaq, Kobe, and Hill having some fun. We shot a ridiculous percentage, 63%. We only missed 2 threes. Gary Payton, 5 for 10, so a rare 50% shooting for him. He did foul out off the bench. Sean Marion's done nothing to deserve his minutes, it seems. We're almost to the contract extension. Whoops. So let's go ahead and... Would you like to stop? Yes. Let's first look at this. Rockets win by 1 point, thanks to a fourth quarter victory. Jeez. Sean Kemp, 24 and 13. Kobe, big 33-point game. Shaq, 19 and 12. Peyton and Carter with good games. Let's go see. I know Barkley was willing to re-sign already. I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, he's shooting the best he has since 1993. He seems to have turned it around ever since I took him out of the starting lineup. He's 37 years old. Probably don't need him. I mean, unless I end up trading Kevin Garnett in the offseason because he can't stay healthy, which is a very good possibility. Gary Payton is not ready to re-sign, but he's the other guy I would consider trading because he's just... His shooting percentage, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. So, I guess that's it. Do we have season awards already? Yes, we do. So let's go ahead and look at this stuff. We already saw that Lee Mayberry randomly got signed. Chauncey Williams. That's the other Jason Williams. Tony Petit. Garnett's down to 1 to 2 months. Shaq is still somehow leading the MVP, I guess because Kobe missed games. His average is at least back up to 19. I think it's very doubtful it gets up to 20, which is really sad. And that was sad enough in his rookie year when he didn't average 20. Now here we are after his career, tying his career high at 24.2. We're back down to 19 for some reason. He's shooting worse, but still at 60%, so shouldn't complain too much. Kobe, on the other hand, is probably part of the reason why Shaq's not scoring as much. 23 per game is pretty good. Allen Iverson's still doing ridiculous. Elton Brand leading the way, Rookie of the Year, averaging a double-double. Rookie Steve Francis, 6th Man of the Year, because they have somebody else. I think they have Marbury, so Francis is not starting. Defensive player, Shaq's 2nd. Got Arvidas down there. Kobe's 2nd now in most improved. Come on, what's Bonzi doing? 6 more points, playing like twice as much. We've got Shaq with the Player of the Week. Iverson's been dominating in the West. Random Rodney Rogers is in there. Kidd and Iverson, Player of the Month. Brand and Davis, Rookie of the Month. Mock draft, we have potentially the 6th and 8th picks. Michael Redd, Mo Peterson, not too bad. I don't know how I would use either of them, but this team might look a little different. How many losses did I have last year? I was 72 and 10, and right now I'm 49 and 9 with pretty much the same exact team. Just a lot more injuries. Anything else I want to look at? I'm 15 games up, and the Lakers are... Well, Lakers and Nuggets are both much better than the Heat. I'm still like 10 games up on them, so I seem to have the first seed overall locked in, more or less. We got a couple games against the Magic, who we lost to a couple weeks ago, so see how that goes. Steve Nash has returned. Everybody's got the low battery symbol. So I think I saved that. Yep, that's my most recent one. But now Nash needs to play, which means Marion doesn't have to. That's helpful. So that becomes Carter. That becomes Peyton. Let's do it this way. Stockton doesn't need to play those. Where can I give GP a little bit of a rest? Probably there, honestly. So I need Peyton to take some from Carter probably so Nash can play more. That needs to happen maybe here. Because Nash is actually better than Stockton. He's about the same as Carter, I believe. So Peyton at 24, but he's just not been very good. He needs more in the fourth, probably. I don't want Stockton. I want Stockton at least 20. Where, I guess 5 minutes every quarter sounds good. But then we need Kobe. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Carter's playing a whole bunch in a row here. How's that? Kobe's back up to 35. Can probably give Grant Hill. Well, no, that's... How can I get rid of these two? Kobe gets them, and then Carter there. But then something different has to happen here, like Steve Nash plays. I don't know. That's now 22 for Peyton. That's not great. But again, he's not been good. His defense is probably unquestioned, but also do that. Carter doesn't have to play quite as much. Oh, whatever. I guess I should save that, since this stuff just keeps on happening. Sean Marion was really bad, so we should probably go for Ron Harper next time there's an injury. So let's save that one now. Alright, can we beat the Magic twice? Yes, we can by a whole lot. And now we lost freaking Shaquille O'Neal. What has happened? Do I not have trainers? Did I like accidentally up injury tendency, frequency, whatever it is? Oh boy. Well, we do have Ben Wallace and Theo Ratliff ready to go. That's going to mean lots more scoring opportunities for the other guys, like Kobe and Carter, GP and Dirk. now we load that. I guess we can just switch these. Wallace is not playing 33 minutes. Barkley's going to play some more. Boy, oh boy, this has not been fun. Separate those out a little bit. Got 26 and 22. 26 and 22. Wow, wow, wow. So now we save it as no KG or Shaq. This is just ridiculous. Are we ever going to actually get through the season? We're still 10-man. KG's down to 8 to 10 weeks. We already looked at that game, but here's a 26-point whooping on the Magic. White Chocolate with 27. Brand with a double-double. How's Jermaine doing? 16 and 13. Rebounds have gone crazy. Kobe Bryant had 39 points. Shaq with a nice game, missed one shot. And then in the next game, this was the home one, won by 36. Shaq with like his best game of the season in his last full game of the season, it seems. Likely. Jermaine had 20 in that one. Then we beat the Bucks, who aren't very good. They're better than they should be, though. Shaq played only 23 minutes, was on his way to probably another 20-point game. But his kneecap fell off or something. Wasn't it dislocated patella? Is that what it was? Oh, yeah. Right knee is ruined. Ruined. Kobe did have 30, though. Ben Wallace came in and got 4 blocks. They got Reggie Slater leading their team. He's played for like a different team every year. Oh no. It's his second stint in Milwaukee, though. Okie doke. We lose. Gonna see a couple more L's, I would imagine. You would think we're still so much better than the other teams around, but there's two L's. Then we come back and beat the Warriors by 43. So we lose by 6 on the road. We officially already have more losses than we had last year. Marbury only had 12 points. His averages dipped down. Vince Carter with 19 points in 19 minutes. Kobe Bryant had 10 because he fouled out. Peyton also fouled out in just 17 minutes. So you don't have Peyton and Kobe at the end of the game, you're going to lose. In the fourth quarter, we did lose by 5. We were already down going into it. Then the Mavericks. So the Warriors are pretty good. The Mavericks are not, and we lost. We gave up 76 points in the second half to Larry Hughes and Tracy Murray and Darrell Armstrong. Wow. Kobe did have 35. John Stockton with almost his first double-double of the season. And definitely a season high. Well, maybe not a season high, 18 points. Where's that at? Game high. No, 22 he had at one point. He's averaging 7 and 7. shooting better than he did last time I looked. Ratliff 3 for 7. My center should only be shooting like dunks and putbacks. Ratliff and Wallace. Nuggets are good. We beat them by 23, so maybe it's just a matter of getting used to this new lineup. They again go combined 2 for 9. I don't really have any other option. I could start Ratliff instead of Wallace. He's 78, Wallace is 81, so don't know why I would do that. They're very similar players. And then this one at home against the Warriors. Gary Payton with a nice game. Is he still upset? Well, no, not quite. He is back up to 41% at least. Sad that I had to say back up to. Barkley was 1 for 9. I want Stockton to get a double-double before the end of this season. Alright, we've got 5 weeks left. This is taking forever. We just went a whole week without an injury. Isn't that fun? 17-point win over the 500 Sixers. Peyton with a double-double. Kobe and Hill with big games. Lots of free throws for Kobe. Barkley with, how many double-doubles has he had? That's his first of the year. 12 and 11 off the bench. Glenn Rice leads the Sixers. Then we beat the Cavs by 14. What was their record? They're under 500. Kobe with 30 again. He did not miss a shot, but did miss a free throw. It's not quite perfect. I would imagine he should just be scoring so many points. Like, that should be what he's averaging while Shaq and Garnett are out. Maybe not. I mean, Carter still has to shoot a lot. There's still a lot of scorers. Dirk probably shoots. Grant Hill's pretty good. Gary Payton's one of the best players in the league, even if he's off the bench right now. And 32 over the Clippers. We got Clifford Robinson leading the team with 17. We got Karl Malone with a double-double. He's 36 years old. It's funny that Rodman is backing up Karl Malone. Rodman is announcing his retirement. Kobe, Hill, and Payton. So Payton seems to be shooting better, whether it's off because he's off the bench or because Shaq's not playing. I don't know. Either way, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Keep going, see how far we can go. Well, couldn't even finish my sentence. I guess we'll give him a day rest. I mean, we've got the 1 seed pretty much locked up, so we know that. Oh my gosh, we know that Sean Marion's not coming in the rotation because he was awful. We've got 4 to 6 weeks now on Garnett. So many lineups now. Alright, so all the point guards go to Nash. Whoops. Or Stockton, I guess. Do something like that. 23. Let's do 24 and 24. I think that's what I had last time. I had to do it this way. And then if we can, is it possible to not play Ron Harper? We certainly don't have to play him as much. Can I do something similar here? That would mean Hill would either have to play more or come back in earlier. Oh, what if we do so if this is Carter, or no. What did I do over here? Yeah, it's pretty much that, except we're a minute off here. We can try that. Hill at 33, Carter 28. I like that. I feel like Carter's going to score a lot, but that's fine. Actually, I guess there's no reason to be taking Kobe out. He could play more straight in the first and third. I had him going out because Shaq was coming out early. Do I want to do that? Play him like 10 minutes, and then this is Carter, and it's Hill coming back in. Let's do that. Let's try that. Same thing here. $33. Whoops. And then Kobe. A lot of minutes straight for Carter, but he can do it. Surely he can do it. I'm not going to save that because hopefully I don't like having to save lineups that have 3 people out. Shouldn't really need to do that. We are back to 9-man, which I'm happy about, I guess. We're going to leave it for 1 game. Whoops. Well, I think I simulated the scouting, but oh well, I already had all the real people anyway. So now Peyton's back. We got 2 to 4 weeks still on Garnett. We'll probably ease him back in. If he comes back at the end of the season, we've got to do this lineup. I think we can probably give a little break to Peyton. 24 sounds good. Now we're back to 10-man, of course. We did whoop on the Knicks. And we lose to the Wizards. So here's a 28-point win over the Celtics, who are decent. Aaron McKee randomly leads their team. Stackhouse is averaging 20. Kobe 27. Dirk with a big game. Barkley 3 for 13. He needs to settle down. Here's Gary Payton down here, 1 for 4 with 2 points. Oh boy. That's a 43-point win over the Knicks. John Stockton got 22 points, so ties his season high, but still can't get to 10 assists. We were 10 for 17 from 3. That's awesome. Nash almost gets a double-double. I assume he doesn't have any of those. Nope, he has 1 for his career so far. He's still happy. He's 85 overall, playing 18 minutes a game. You wouldn't think he'd be super happy about that, but Michael Doliak, averaging 11 points per game for the should-be even worse Knicks. Hornets, we only beat by 15. Again, they're pretty terrible. Grant Hill leads the way. Barkley 18 and 9. Peyton with a good game. Kobe flirts with a triple-double. Theo Ratliff, 14, 6, and 6 blocks. That's a career game for him. Nash only played 13 minutes. Carter didn't do anything either. And then this 3-point loss to the sub-500 Wizards. Those ones are always killers. We got annihilated in the second quarter, and that was the problem. I think that said Jim McElvain had 15 rebounds. Hill and Kobe did fine. Dirk shot pretty terribly. So did Barkley. Peyton didn't do all that much. Carter didn't do all that much. Just didn't get it done. Ben Wallace as a starter. Let's see what he's doing. He is shooting 60%. Okay. It's just he doesn't shoot that much, so some games look really bad, but I guess other games he's going 2 for 2, which really helps. Ratliff on the season, 5-5. So he was in the rotation last year. I think eventually I put Wallace in front of him. All right. I can give Peyton back those minutes I took from him. I don't know if it was those two, but that's good enough. I feel like I don't want Kobe to get hurt. That would be very bad. So let's give Vince another one. Why do I have... That's silly. Guess it doesn't matter all that much, but... I'm going to resave this one. This is no big guys, pretty much. Feel bad for Steve Nash. His minutes are dwindling. There's 3 wins. Back-to-back against the Pistons. 4-point win on the road. Their record is not very good, but they're historically a really good team throughout this simulation. Mashburn and Kidd. Kidd's not scoring as much or assisting as much, or playing as much, so that's going to be part of it. They also don't have that much around them. Kukoc was like an all-star, I think, or wasn't he? I remember seeing him. No? Okay. He's averaging 17 points, though. Grant Hill, 32. That's probably a season high. Sure is. 4 off a career high for him. He's had a chance to have the ball in his hands a little bit more with Shaq out. Ralph with another 10-point game. He needs to not shoot. Kobe, Peyton, and Hill at the top. Is Vince Carter still happy? He sure is. He grew up a fan of the Pacers. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I don't think so. Tariq Abdul-Wahad leads the team. Then a 42-point win. The Celtics are good record-wise, but could not score. Kobe, Hill, and Peyton lead the way yet again. Carter very efficient. Stockton gets close to a double-double every now and then, but not quite. Kendall Gill in his first year as a Celtic is having his best scoring in several years. Let's go see the March award winners. We did have a Mavericks coaching change, fake guy for fake guy. Couple more people out for season, including Glenn Robinson with the same injury as Shaq. He was averaging 23, 6, 4, steal in his second year with the Spurs. Shaq's still leading this. I'm guessing by the end of the season he will not be. So it's up to Kobe to try to stay in front of Iverson. Looks pretty difficult, actually. See how much record matters. So rookie looking about the same. 6th man still Francis. Dikembe is there as Patrick Ewing's backup. Shaq still somehow holding second down. Jason Kidd's in here. Kobe is now repassed Bonzi for most improved. I really hope he gets that. Player of the week. Kobe got one. Celtics went back-to-back with 2 different people. Kobe also got player of the month along with Duncan, Brand, and Francis as the rookies. We are now 17 games up with 7 games left. We are 14 games up on the Lakers So we can rest some people if we'd like. I'm curious while I'm in here just to see, like, stat-wise, how much different are we from last year. Winning percentage, we're going to get around where we've been the last 3 years. Field goals, well, we've been pretty low for the last several seasons. Field goal percentage is same as last year. Three-pointers, we are shooting more in the same percentage, but better than we had historically. Free throws, actually shooting the best we have. Shooting quite a few. Offensive rebounds, very similar. Same with defensive. Rebounds always in the 50s. Assists are down a little bit. Because Stockton's not playing as much. We've got more shooters on the floor. Blocks down a little bit. Steals down the most since 91, 92, so pre-Shaq days. Turnovers up a little bit. Fouls up a little bit. Our points are actually up from last year. And actually the best since 95, 96. Averaging or allowing about the same points, and difference is about the same. So very, very similar to what we did last year, which makes sense because, again, it's pretty much the same team. So we don't want to hurt people any more than they've already been hurt. So let's give Grant Hill down to 30. I feel like Barkley definitely doesn't need to play quite that much. Dirk can play a little more since he's young. And give Peyton a little bit of a break. Alright, and then as we get into the last games, we'll probably let Manu and Marion play some at the end. And we'll figure out how to work Garnett back in for some practice time. He is now back technically, but not playing yet. I will not allow it. We beat the Clippers by 7. Kobe with 28. Dirk 4 for 14. That's pretty awful. Let's go through this game. Kevin Garnett is officially back. So, let's get him in to the lineup. He will not be starting. He's going to play very few minutes to start out. Of course, I didn't just save that last lineup, but I didn't change all that much. It was Carter here. And Nash here and here. Alright, so now we are going to let Garnett play just a little bit. 4 there. Let's do 4 there. 8 minutes in his first game back. And we will go 11 man here for a short time. We did win by 28. Scottie Pippen, 17 points. Grant Hill is at the top a whole lot. Kobe only shot 5 times, but didn't miss any shots, including 3 threes. Peyton, 18 points in 22 minutes. Garnett's first came back. He made 1 of his 4 shots, got 2 blocks, 2 boards, and assist. So let's up that just a... How many games we have left? 5. So now's the time when I think Barkley does not need to play at all. Has he missed any games? Yes, he has. Okay. So that doesn't make me feel bad. really matter who I give these to because I'm going to do the rotation. Stockton has not missed games, so I'm not going to take him completely out because if he wants to play all 82, then he can. We'll probably take a couple more minutes away from him, though. Hill probably could rest him since he's been hurt some, but maybe after this game. So let's go back and load this one down here. We can let Stockton rest a little bit. This can be Carter, Carter. Okay, so this is where Garnett's not going to play 22. We can give Marion some of those, I suppose. Let's let Dirk finish the games. 25-17, that seems like a little much for his return. 16. Let's do 15. We got 7 for Marion. We can let Kobe have a little bit of a break. Let Ginobili play some. $29, $29, $26. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to save that currently as my playoff, since we'll have to have some fun with that, I'm sure, once we get to the playoffs. So now we are a 12-man rotation. Ron Harper not quite making it in there. Maybe he will for the last couple games. But let's get through this Knicks game. Oh, yeah. That's a 52-point win right there. Grant Hill, 25, 5 and 4. Kobe, very efficient. Theo Ratliff with probably the first double-double, or sorry, second double-double of the season. He got one for me. Oh no, that's probably before I traded for him. Just kidding. But that field goal percentage, 54%. Theo Ratliff is stepping up, getting the opportunity and taking advantage of it. So here's Garnett, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Manu comes in and gets 2 points on free throws. All right, now let's give Garnett another one. Maybe 2 more somewhere. Do there. And then just trying to get, yeah, let's do there. And actually Nash can probably take another one. All right. So a little change. Just trying to keep injuries from happening is the big motivation here. We're still 12-man. Get through this one. Only 4-point win on the road in New York. It's always Ronnie Rogers at the top, which, I mean, looking at this team, I guess that's who it would be. Kobe with 19, Hill with 19. They both played a little more than I have them set for. Garnett, there we go. Didn't play the 17 I gave him, but 15 points and 4 rebounds in those limited minutes. Ben Wallace, 13 boards, didn't shoot a shot. That's what we like. I don't know why Ratliff tends to shoot so much. I guess maybe he's in with other non-shooters. Don't know. Shaq's to 6 to 8 weeks, so it looks like we will have him for at least part of the playoffs, as long as we don't get eliminated like in the first round, which, oh boy, let's not do that, please. We will let Nash continue increasing his minutes. And then Garnett, let's give him at least one more. Actually, let's let him finish now. Get him up to 18. Let's go 19. Try not to get Dirk hurt either. That would be helpful. Probably don't need Kobe those minutes. 26. Hopefully that doesn't ruin his. I don't want to ruin his MVP running here. But I'd rather have another championship. Alright, so now we're still 12-man. Probably not going to add Ron Harper. We'll see. We lost and Theo Ratliff's hurt. Awesome. I don't have another center. It would have to be Garnett. Or Dirk. What's wrong with him? Hyperextended knee. That doesn't sound good. Well, what if we go ahead and put Garnett in the starting lineup? Dirk will play backup center. And Barkley could come back in, I guess, as active. I don't know. Whoops. That one. Alright, so switch roles. Yeah, I think Barkley's going to play. So maybe Barkley is so bad as a starter. I think 5 minutes at a time for Garnett. Try not to play Barkley too much. Wallace can play a little more. Dirk's playing a whole bunch of center. That's kind of scary. Well, whatever. This last couple games. Garnett's at 23. That seems reasonable. I'd rather Marion play here. Barkley there. How's that look? Probably take another one from Hill. Alright. It's getting more and more fun here. Even when we're playing everybody, people are getting hurt. Alright, so there's a 7-point loss. The Hawks are pretty good there. It was all in the fourth quarter. Kobe was fouled out, so that's going to be part of it. He also only had 10 points. Nash was 1 for 6. Had a lot of missed threes. Carter was 0 for 4. Garnett is at the top here. Second, 17 points in 19 minutes. We'll see how he does in his first start since getting hurt. Jameson in his second year averaging 17. Yeah, this is a fun young trio here. Odom averaging 15, Allen 22. We'll see if they keep those guys together. We'll go ahead and get through the Nets game. An 8-point win. They're not very good, although they do have Hakeem Olajuwon averaging 14.5. Terrell Brandon averaging 18.5. They've got 39-year-old Terry Cummings who's averaged at least 10 points every season of his career. That's pretty impressive. He's now shooting under 40%. So as long as, like in their last game, he gets, 8 points probably, he's going to stay there. He started almost every game. Heck, almost every game of his career. He's missed like 50 games as off the bench. Wow. Okay. Whoops, I didn't actually look at the Pacers. Grant Hill, 22. Kobe Garnett in his start, 13-4. 3 steals and a block. Since the All-Star break, he's averaging 10 points, shooting 58%. Okay. Okay. Barkley 0 for 5 in his return to the lineup. Oh boy. Stockton didn't score, got 12 assists in 18 minutes. That is a distributor there. Our last game's against the Sonics, who are just at 500. Theo's day-to-day. We're going to let Garnett play 25. He's got to get back into game shape here. 8. Let's let him play that one. Barkley's at 12. I think we're going to let Ron Harper play as well. Maybe. Yeah, let's do it there. Why not? Actually, I'd rather, in case this is a close game, we got to have good people in the fourth quarter. Alright, so Peyton goes down. We've got all 13 in the game now. Let's simcast this so we can see how things go. Oh, yeah. We're scoring 30 a quarter and winning by 36. Kobe with 29 points. Maybe did he wrap up MVP? We will find out. Grant Hill, heck of a way to end the season. There's Garnett, 19, 7, and 4. His field goal percentage has been amazing to end this thing. Carter 2 for 8, not great. I don't know that I took Peyton down to 13. I thought he was at like 17 or 18 or something, so hopefully he's not hurt. Please, please don't have any more injuries. Ron Harper got to score. It's fun. There are injuries on here. Yes. Baron Davis was hurt. All right, your MVP in his 4th season, in his first season as a almost full-time starter. He started out on the bench. Kobe Bryant will not be returning to the bench, I can tell you that. Shot over 60%, 45% almost from downtown. Per 36, everything went up. Well, steals and blocks stayed the same. Holy moly. Kobe is happy. We'll see if he got most improved too. Rookie of the year goes to Elton Brand. He was the first pick by the Magic. 6th man goes to the 2nd pick, Steve Francis. Defensive player, David Robinson. He's done that how many times now? His 5th and 2nd in a row here. And he's done it now with 3 different teams as well. That's fun. Not sure anybody's done that. Might be a first. Kobe does get most improved. Oh yeah, most improved and MVP. That's probably never happened. And your coach of the year, Pacers head coach Billy Cunningham, and that's our GM as well. I guess technically me. All right. Kobe also gets All-NBA first team. Unfortunately, Shaq does not get it. Tim Duncan jumps up, averaging 23 and 13 rebounds. Iverson ended up at 32 points per game still. Weber and McDyess. Second team, so Shaq might not have played enough to get in here. Abdur Rahim averaged 20 points, gets a second team. No, Shaq did play enough. He gets third team, I'm imagining, for the first time. Yes. In his 8 years, he's been first team 6 times. So he missed out on his rookie year, but he's been first team since then, and now his injury forces him to be third team. It also ends a streak of 6 straight MVPs. Technically, he was ahead in the ranking, ahead of Kobe. He averaged 19.1, 10.6. I mean, those aren't really MVP stats, so. He did end up shooting 60% still. We got Vin Baker, Joe Smith, got 17 points per game, getting third team All NBA. This whole lineup did pretty much. All defense, we got GP. Didn't shoot very well, but he ended the season strong shooting, evidently. Yes, March 49%, April 48%. So something about either coming off the bench or playing less. He also is super happy now. I don't know if that's because he got an award. Is that what helps? I don't know. Kobe also got all defense. Wow. Second team all defense for Kobe. Scottie Pippen's there. Iverson. All rookie. No surprises there. Second team. We got Jonathan Bender, the 16th pick, getting 13 points per game. And we are taking on the Wizards, which is, I think, that was our last loss of the season. So that's fun. It's McGrady and Damon Stoudemire. And I forget who else. If we win and the Heat win, we play MJ in the semifinals. We got the Celtics and Bulls. Hawks are good. The Lakers are amazing. We'll see how things turn out. But first of all, we got to figure out who we're playing here. Theo is still day-to-day. We are going at 10-man at max. We're going to load, I guess, just the normal lineup, and we'll work from there. This was the lineup we had to start the season. Kobe is starting because he's the MVP. We would like Hill to be the first guy out. Then he can come back in. Before I forget, we gotta switch those guys. Kobe playing 10, that's fine with me. Let's give him a little break. Okay, let's fix this. Garnett seemed to like his 5-minute stretches, but we're going to extend that to 6. Try not to play him any super long stretches. We had him playing 25 there at the end, so 27 seems reasonable. 21 for Barkley's kind of a lot, but we've got interesting things happening with center. We really would like Wallace and Garnett in at separate times because they're defenders as much as possible. Maybe Wallace comes back in here, something like that. Similar. Wallace playing 30 is a little much. How do I change that? $28 and $20? That still seems like a lot for Ben Wallace. How did he end up doing? per 36, 13 boards, 2 blocks, shot over 50%. So he's deserving. Dirk ended up at 45, but he's not bringing as much other than shooting or scoring. Alright, so big guys seem to be good to go. Now we've got to get Kobe here. And probably the same thing. 12. Carter comes in. 33 for Hill, 19 for Carter. I'd like Stockton to play here. I'd like to get him up to 20, if possible. Peyton's at 24. Let's give Stockton that one. That seems decent, although Kobe doesn't need to start here. Let's have him do that. That took away from Peyton, though. Don't necessarily want that. We could do that. Carter gets a little break. Okay, that looks fine. 37 for the MVP in the playoffs. Okay. Don't get hurt, please. Let's save that as the new playoff lineup. We do indeed have 10 people playing for now. We'll see if that stays. Unfortunately, Steve Nash is the guy playing only 11 minutes, but you've got Gary Payton on the team. That's going to happen. Marion was pretty awful. Ginobili was actually a little bit better. Ron Harper was really good. Didn't get to play that much, but okay. When Ratliff comes back, that's going to be quite helpful. We are playing the Wizards. They have no injuries. We've got T-Mac, who needs to be guarded probably by Kobe, who is all defense. Ricky Davis. Rafe LaFrentz can shoot the ball. George Lynch, Jeff McInnes, Stoudemire can shoot the ball. That needs to be guarded probably by Peyton. Johan Johansson. They've got Vashon who can shoot as well. They've got some three-point shooters. Stacey King still playing. There's a fake guy, a couple fake guys. David Von Ceballos. McIlvain, if he's playing, we can pretty much leave him. If we put, they don't have an interior threat, really. They've got LaFrentz who stretches the floor. So we'll just let it do whatever, matchup-wise. Alright, how did this end up before I go too far? Possibly 5th and 6th and 10th picks. It is, whoops, a consensus that Kmart's going first. We got random Eton Thomas second. If Michael Redd is there, he's got to be my pick, I would think. Hito would be nice too. Alright, I mean, people like Peyton and Garnett, this playoffs kind of depends their future. Like, how do they play? Because they were not dependable throughout the season. So let's go ahead and sim the game. 1, Ratliff is back. I'm going to let him sit just this one and see how things go. We did win by 31. Kobe Bryant had a heck of a game as the reigning MVP. Grant Hill supported very nicely. GP was good. I mean, 4 for 9 is better than what he was doing throughout the season most of the time. Nash, in his limited minutes, did not miss a shot. Barkley, the veteran, doing well. Garnett, not so much. And Ben Wallace only had 6 rebounds. We only had 39 as a team. 6 led my team: Barkley, Payton, and Wallace. So rebounding seems to be a problem, but we still beat them at rebounds. Stoudemire leads the way. They did make 8 threes, but didn't shoot like a really good percentage. So nothing really scary from them. Need Garnett to do a little better than that, though. So let's go ahead and get Mr. Theo back in the game. Let's actually take probably Ginobili out. So now, let's just do switching of the roles here first. And then Dirk's going to play a little bit. Wallace doesn't have to play quite as much now. Dirk can play more of the third, maybe all of these. No, he can play some center. Something like that. 15 Barkley, 10 for Dirk, 18 Ratliff. Actually, let's Dirk plays. Let's just do that. Alright, so now this is my new playoff, and I'm actually 11 man. Is that true? Because I'm actually almost healthy. Other than Shaq, my team is fully healthy. That's crazy. I mean, Ratliff doesn't necessarily need to be in the rotation, I guess. But he did really well. So we'll go 11 man and see how it works. We've got to load it here too, though. Except Ratliff's not in, is he? Nope. Gotta get him in first. Now we can load it. And now we should be good to go. We're back to, this needs to be 11 as well. Alright, game 2, let's go Pacers. We did win. Ooh, 144. Kobe again. Goes crazy. Gary Payton, huge off the bench, did not miss a shot. I would put some money on he did not do that all season, where he didn't miss a shot. Stockton 2 assists away from his only double-double of the year. Garnett, much better in this one. Nash has not missed a shot, I don't think, in the playoffs. He sure hasn't. He's 4 for 4 in that one. Ratliff got 7 boards. I don't see any reason to take anybody out. We shot a crazy good percentage again. McGrady did a little better in this one. Stoudemire was much better as well. Savalas was 0 for 8. Shot 70% almost. I think we just stay on track. Still no injuries. Alright, a sweep, but also the Heat swept the Raptors. McGrady had his best game of the series there. Stoudemire 16, McInnes 2 for 10, so they struggled. Looks like, yeah, Leonard and McIlvain and McGrady all fouled out. We won this one by 18. This time Hill leads the way. Hill's very consistent in that first round, averaging 25 points per game, shooting 60%. Kobe struggled a little bit from the floor, which brought his field goal percentage down to 61%. KG with a huge game. Carter was great. Peyton, not so much. Dirk and Ratliff didn't do much there. I think maybe Ratliff gets out of the rotation for round 2. I think so. We'll see how it goes. Go back to kind of what I had there in the game, the first game. So let's go get prepared for the Heat. We can delete that game plan. We're going to put Dirk in for Ratliff. They do have, I think Sabonis is their center, actually. So having a defensive center, I'm changing my mind. I think actually Ratliff should probably play more than Dirk. Oh, this is not my lineup. What is happening? Just looked at the fourth quarter and saw a bunch of nonsense. Okay, so we actually want probably more Ratliff than Dirk, and we'll see how that goes. I think Garnett can probably gain another minute as well, right there, and we'll save that now. So while Dirk didn't do anything bad, he's just, I don't like that matchup of him against Sabonis. Now let's go see if the Heat have any injuries. They do not. They're averaging almost as many points, more rebounds, more assists, shooting very well. Oh boy. Alright, so lineup should already be right. Michael Jordan will be guarded by, ooh, is it Kobe or Peyton? It says Kobe's 86, Peyton's 99, so I think we'll go Gary Payton. Let's do wall up. We will go smothering, I guess. Oh boy. Chuck Person is the rifleman, so probably should be ready for his threes. Van Exel is also a good three-point shooter. Let's go. Sabonis. We would like Ben Wallace to guard him whenever he's in. Make sure that happens. Chris Mullen. This is a good team. This is by far the best team that's been around MJ so far. Tight. Whoops. Go over. Mason can go kind of moderate. He is not a shooting threat. Thorpe, James Robinson, Polynice. Lucius Harris, Chucky Atkins. Looks like he might play, might be the backup point guard. Troy Hudson. This is a fun team. Alright, so we'll try Peyton on MJ first and see how it goes. Might have to switch to Kobe, we'll see. Because that means if Peyton's on Jordan, it's probably Kobe or Carter on Van Exel. It's not terrible. Let's sim this round. We've got the Hawks. The Bulls upset the Celtics. That is the Tim Hardaway Vin Baker team. Lakers did not sweep the Rockets. We've got the Nuggets getting over the Warriors, and then the Wolves and Sonics. So no sweeps in the West, 3 in the East. All right, game 1 in Indy. Pacers do win by 24. Kobe leads the way with 22. That's his lowest scoring so far, I believe, in the playoffs. 21 for Hill, who's been amazing. Didn't shoot great in that one. Garnett was good. Vince Carter got to the line a lot. Ratliff's still missing every one of his shots. Maybe not necessary. We'll see how Sabonis did. He was still pretty good. Jordan still got 23. Van Exel made all 3 of his threes, even though we're playing him tight. We held them to 42%. We whooped them in rebounds and had the ball a whole lot more than them. Let's go. Still no. So Shaq's 2 to 4 weeks now. I think I'm going to go back to this. I guess Peyton maybe should play more if he's guarding MJ. Is there a place where that could be done? Yes, right here. Well, I don't know if he's playing. I don't know if MJ's playing the start of the 4th. He might be, I guess. We'll see. 26. And he took from Carter. Carter's been good, but doesn't bring the defense. And when Hill and Bryant are both healthy, Carter doesn't bring as much difference from those two. I guess Hill doesn't have to play 33. We can have Carter play one of those. Okay. Game 2 is another victory. This one by 33. Kobe with 33 with an amazing game. 5 turnovers, not great, but there's Vince Carter. You take away minutes and he scores 24 points to prove why he shouldn't have done that. He did miss 7 free throws. That seems pretty random. He's a 78% free throw shooter. Okay, he was 11 for 18. Garnett shot a lot, didn't make a lot. Hill was good again. Peyton 2 for 9, so hopefully he did his defense. He got 1 steal and 1 block. Dirk missed both his shots. Ratliff finally made a shot. Michael Jordan had 10 points. Shot only 11 times. Did not get to the free throw line either. That's fun. Probably not very realistic. We fouled out Anthony Mason, and Lucius Harris played 9 minutes and fouled out. And Exel also fouled out, so that's helpful. 44% for them. We were 9 for 19 from downtown. Beat them in rebounds again. Oh boy, 29 and 19. That might be the biggest difference I've seen, potentially. Wow. Okay. Let's go see if anything. Still no injuries. Shaq's 2 to 4 weeks. I'm going to give one more to Wallace, actually. Just keep switching it up a little bit. And maybe take one away from GP, since that wasn't a great showing. Although I guess it did shut down Jordan, but I doubt 1 minute's going to change that much. Game 3. So can we win on the road? Yes, we can. By 1 point. We lost by 10 in the 4th quarter. We could not score in the 4th. Michael Jordan took over. Didn't have a rebound and only 1 assist, but 35 points for MJ. Got to the line a little bit. Sabonis was good. Other than Van Exel and Atkins. So their point guards sucked, but everybody else was good. Kobe only had 19, fouled out in 25 minutes, so that's part of the reason we couldn't score in the 4th. Garnett was still decent. Ron Harper played a minute because Kobe fouled out, and that's random. We shot 54% and won by only 1. Possession, they actually beat me this time. That seems weird. Alright, still no injuries. I'm gonna go back. What do I want to do here? Let's do that. And then back to Ratliff. I just feel like defense is more important right now than what Dirk brings. Let's go see actually for this series. Kobe's amazing, Hill's amazing, Carter's amazing. Peyton is really struggling from the field, but hopefully that's because he's getting tired guarding Michael Jordan. Dirk has been awful. He actually shouldn't play, it looks like. Ben Wallace only shooting 33%, but he doesn't really shoot. He's in there to defend Arvidas. So Dirk's been awful. Well, we just took a couple minutes away from him, so we'll see. Can we sweep the Heat in Miami? Yes, we can. 5-point win, so not easy. Van Exel makes 4 threes. They made 12 of 20. Almost all of them between these three guys. Chris Mullen, is he still playing? Yep, he's 36. MJ averaged 20 points in the playoffs. Couldn't get past the semifinals. Gary Payton leads the team. There we go. Kobe with only 16. At least he didn't foul out. He didn't have to do it all this time. Theo gets random 8 points. Why he's shooting 9 times, I don't know. On this team, he should shoot like max 3 times probably ever. Wallace shot 5 times too. They shot better than me, but I got more rebounds. They had 21 turnovers. That's painful for them. All right. Go ahead and delete. Vince Carter twisted his ankle, and Otis Thorpe got hurt in that one. So Vince Carter is not playing. Probably. I assume his moving is down quite a bit. Down 10 speed. That's painful. We'll see what we can do without him. Between Nash and Peyton, hopefully we'll be okay. We will try to go 10 men. Alright. Nash is going to play all the point guard, probably. Peyton's got to be in wherever Kobe's not. But Kobe also has to play some small forward. Because, there we go. Things like that have to happen. So wherever Hill isn't in, it should be Kobe. This is Peyton, Kobe. Alright, so just one random minute here needs to be Hill, I guess. Or Kobe a 1 minute break there. But then we also need Grant Hill, I guess. Okay, and then here's Kobe, Peyton. Oh boy, Gary Payton's playing a lot. Nash. $36 for Hill is a lot. But it's kind of what has to happen. We can let's do something like that. So 22 for Stockton, 22 for Nash, 27 for Peyton. That looks decent. Dirk's going to stick at 10. I think I had Wallace playing another one somewhere, probably there. Alright, I'm going to save that. I'm just going to save it as my no shack lineup now. Do I have such a thing? I guess it's probably that one. One of the earliest things I had. Alright, so now we're 10-man. And now we've got to get ready for either the Hawks or Bulls. My guess is the Hawks, but we'll see. It is the Bulls. Alright. The Lakers got past the Nuggets fairly easily, and then the Wolves go into 7 games with the Sonics. Carter and Shaq are both at 1 to 2 weeks, so we're getting close here. We got the Bulls. Vin Baker is not playing. That's helpful. They're averaging a lot fewer points. Rebounds are pretty close, and they're not shooting as good. We already have the lineup set, it looks like. Good. Alright, Zydrunas. Probably needs to be Ben Wallace based on the fact that Baker is hurt. Scott Pollard is not a threat. Oops. Baker, we'll have to see when he's back. Tim Hardaway needs to be guarded by Gary Payton. We will try to keep him from shooting threes. They have Sprewell, 17 points per game. I guess that's who Kobe's guarding. Dion Glover, Danny Ferry. Detlef Schrempf. So they've got some 3-point specialists as well. BJ, man. So that's who Stockton and, well, Nash. That's not great. We're going to make sure. These guys are A+ threes. Rex Chapman is also a shooter, but he's 69 and not playing. Kelvin Cato. Brant Stith's not much of a shooter. They got Vlade Divac as their backup center. Bembo's hurt. So who are they starting? So Baker's not played at all in the playoffs. Ilgauskas hasn't even started every game. It's Shrimp and Ferry, Hardaway, and it looks like Stith. Okay. Well, that's fine. So to start out in the game, Kobe's guarding Stith, Hills on Shrimp, Garnett on Ferry. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully Hardaway doesn't just blow right by John Stockton because he's so old and slow at this point. All right, game 1. We lose. At home, we lose by 6. We lost by 10 in the second quarter, only scored 16 points. Kobe couldn't quite find a shot. Peyton missed all his threes. We were 2 for 14 as a team. We shot terrible, like 30-something%, it looks like. Not good. Dirk was really bad. I think I'm going to just take Dirk out. He's shooting 35% in the playoffs, so he's done, I think, in this rotation. Timmy didn't shoot well. Ilgauskas did well. Shrimp made both his threes. It's not like they blew us away. They only shot 40%. We had 20 turnovers. Rebounds were very even. Not good. Okay. Now Danny Ferry's hurt. So, who's starting now? We have... So I'm taking Dirk out, is what I said. Oops. And then 30 and 18. How about 29 and 19? Garnett's been pretty consistent. I don't know. So now we're actually 9-man. I think I'm going to simcast this next one to see where things are going wrong. The end of the first was not great. Well, came back. The Bulls are just very even with me until the third quarter. So the first half was not great. And then the second half we won 60 to 34. Well, what happened there in the first half? Grant Hill was not a problem. Kobe only 22. He's not been as good since the first series. Garnett with a double-double. Stockton, there you go. He went all season without a double-double. And he gets one in the playoffs. Might be the last one of his career. He's retiring. I don't remember if I already saved him a year or not. I don't remember. Ben Wallace 4 for 4. Ratliff fouls out in 18 minutes. Goes 1 for 5. We almost had another double-double down here with Wallace. Tim Hardaway, much better shooting game. Ilgauskas was really good. Fouled out, though. Sprewell, not good. Armstrong, not good. Stith, not good. All right. Well, if we have two halves like the first half, it's not good, but the second half was much better. We still turned it over a whole lot. Baker's almost back, but so is Vince Carter. Very close. We're just going to leave it as is and see how this one goes. We're in Chicago now. 7-point lead at the end of the first. Low-scoring second quarter. Bulls are staying close. As long as we finish strong, looks like we are. So we win by 20. Get the advantage back here. Ilgauskas, we held Hardaway to 3 for 12. Bryant Stith has been really, really bad. BJ didn't do anything. Scott Pollard with a random double-double. Cato fouled out in 6 minutes without getting a stat. That has to go down as one of the worst games ever. The only thing it would have made better is if he shot and missed, maybe, and had a turnover, I guess. I don't know. Ilgauskas had 8 turnovers. That's random. GP leads the way. Shot terribly and a lot. Kobe, oh no. Oh no. He didn't foul out and he played 14 minutes. He was on his way to like a 40-point game potentially. Oh boy. Well, at least we won. Ratliff 1 for 7. What are you doing? Not a good sign, guys. We've got Kobe on the injured list again, it seems. Yep. Oh my god, and it's terrible. The 21-year-old MVP ruptures his Achilles in the conference finals. His attributes are going to be ruined. Oh boy. Well, is Vince Carter back? Kind of seems like he's going to have to play regardless. close is he? It still says day to day. Didn't it say day to day on Shaq before? Now it's 1 to 2 weeks again? He's not down nearly as much in things, so he is going to play. Wow. Wow, wow. This season with injuries has been so terrible. Like, just terrible, terrible things. Garnett cracked his vertebrae. Shaq dislocates his patella. And now Kobe Bryant has ruptured his Achilles. Oh, I don't know how best to do this. Peyton's going to play a lot. We need to probably just switch Carter and Harper would be helpful. Stockton is finishing the game now. Peyton's probably not playing any point guard. .37's a little obnoxious, it seems. Alright, we've got Stockton and Nash splitting their minutes again. Carter's at 23. We can probably do that. So 36, 36 for Peyton and Hill. This is rough stuff. I'm guessing I don't have a no Shaq, no Kobe lineup. This is going to be a test, guys. Oh, I didn't know you could hit a cap. Well, let's just whatever. Finally found the cap of how many lineups you can have. I don't know how many it was, but I have too many. Alright, well, we obviously won't have Kobe Bryant on Latrell Sprewell anymore. We will still keep Peyton on Hardaway, which means Stockton on Stith. That's fine. Vin Baker's going to be back soon. Possibly in the next game. I probably have to do this too, yep. Well, be interesting to see if we do get to the finals and we by chance win the finals, who the heck the MVP is going to be. So it was this one. Steve Nash keeps going up, that's fun. Alright, is that still, whoops. That is not right, of course. Resets it for some reason. Alrighty. Now we go to Chicago again. Vince Carter is back, but we already put him in, so should be fine. Didn't mess anything up, no. Shaq now says day to day again. Alright, good. Well, we let him back. Only a 2-point lead. Only a 4-point lead at half. Third quarter, not good. Fourth quarter, we lose by 8. And it's tied up yet again. Tim Hardaway, again, terrible shooting, but still a decent game. Ben Baker did come back, so I forgot to... I guess Garnett's guarding him. That should be fine. It doesn't look like it's fine, but... Zydrunas a big double-double. We got Hill not shooting very well. Peyton not shooting very well. Carter not shooting very well. And they all shot the most, so... Not a good combination. Ben Wallace 1 for 5. We shot 38%. Still 1 rebounds. Didn't force enough turnovers. Day to day still. Alright, let's go see this. Alright. Hill is struggling. Peyton's struggling. Carter's only played 1 game. Garnett can probably play a little bit more. Ratliff's been awful, but so was Dirk. So we can give more to Wallace and Garnett, and maybe Nash. Stockton's been decent. So Wallace and Dirk. Dirk can play more here. Wallace can play more here. Let's give Garnett another one there. Try that. So Barkley's down to 18. Oh boy. Alright, I'm just going to sim it and hope for the best. We won by 18. GP comes through. Didn't shoot a great percentage, but 36 points is pretty good. Grant Hill had 8 assists and no rebounds. That's weird. Vince Carter, 20 points off the bench. KG with a double-double, but also didn't have a steal or block. Didn't shoot well. Wallace, 3 steals. Stockton struggled. Dion Glover led their team. That was his first game played in the playoffs. He scored 22 points. It looks like Bryant Stith is either hurt or got benched or something. He's not hurt, so he just got benched because he's shooting terrible? I don't know. Baker only had 8 points. Pollard fouled out. Baker almost did. Sprewell almost did. Hardaway only had 12. Whoops. I don't want to play. I just want to see it. Maybe I should play. I don't know. 1 in rebounds. Now, I only had 9 turnovers. That's good. Shaq's got to be close. Whew. That's a relief. We won by 15. No thanks to the fourth quarter. There was no defense again from either team. This time Glover didn't play. Really random. Ilgauskas had a heck of a series. Heck of a playoffs, really. Timmy couldn't quite get his shot against me. GP back-to-back 30-point games. Way to come through as like the second best player in the league, I'm pretty sure. Vince Carter big off the bench in those same games. Grant Hill 11 points. Like a little more from him. Ratliff does not make any shots in quite a few of his games. Shooting 50% is always helpful. The Lakers might lose. That is what I'm hoping for. The Lakers are by far the best team other than the Pacers in this whole thing. So I don't know if they have injuries or what, but wow. Well, that really helps my chances. I mean, this team's decent because Page has been amazing to start his career. Looks like Mark Jackson at center is working for him. They've got Leitner. They've got Penny Hardaway, who's not great but decent. A young Kittles, a young Maggette who doesn't play. Okay, I'm not sure why they're so good, really. Bobby Jackson, is he starting at point guard? But this is by far the team I thought was going to make it to the finals. Like, I'm very confused how they didn't. Ewing, Coleman, Jim Jackson, Paul Pierce. They are missing. Oh, Billups. Billups like tore his ACL or something. Okay, well, having a point guard as Travis Best instead of Billups does hurt you a little bit. But still, to get beaten 6? I was hoping it would go 7 just so it gives Shaq a little more time maybe to come back. But alright, we are playing the T-Wolves who are here. Gugliotta has a broken ankle, so don't have to worry about him. I changed something. What did I change? I gave Garnett 2 more minutes. That one and that one, I believe. Actually, I made him play. They were both at 31. Where else did I give him a minute? I mean, I don't mind him playing 9, I guess, in the 4th. I think I did this. And then this. Alright, so let's resave that. Hopefully getting Shaq back after game 1. And that can be a position position matchup I can exploit potentially with Mark Jackson as their center. We got to guard Peja. I don't really have a wing defender to put on him, so we will just do our best. Bobby Jackson, Purvis, Greg Anthony's decent, Kerry Kittles, Maggette wasn't playing. Leitner is where I guess I'll put. Wallace is 92. What's Garnett? Where is Garnett? 87. I think I'll put Garnett on him. Gugliotta's not playing. Penny is maybe where I want to put Gary Payton. They also have Brent Barry, who's a great three-point shooter. Eldon Campbell, not much of a threat. Jackson, Coswell, Foster. So big guy's not so great other than Leitner. But let's see what they've had going on here just in the last series. Page has been amazing. They're starting Bobby Jackson, Mark Jackson, Leitner. They split Penny and Barry. Well, if Peyton's not in, it's Carter. I think I just leave it and see. So we put Garnett and Leitner, and we'll see how that goes. That hopefully lets Wallace roam around while he's on Mark Jackson. Let's simcast the first one. Hey! Shaquille O'Neal is back. He's going to start, just so you know. We are not going to play Theo Ratliff in his 32% shooting anymore. Shaq's probably going to play like 28 or so, something like that. So pretty close to what Wallace was. 6 minutes sounds good. Let's not have him come back in. He can start the second. 6 and 7 is 13. Okay, let's do... Come back in here. 28. Wallace at 20. He can probably take one from... He's playing better than Barkley. So this is now my new playoff lineup. So we won't need it when Kobe comes back. Alright. Because Wallace has been doing not great shooting, but other things are good. Garnett has been amazing. Barkley not so much. We need to do that also here, otherwise Shaq will not play. That would not be good. Whoops. No. Yes, I just saved that one, right? Yeah. Okay. 24, 24, 21. Ratliff, Dirk, Marion, Harper ready to go. Harper's been going down throughout the season, but he's also retiring, I believe. 36 years old. We have Garnett still on Leitner, which puts Shaq on Jackson. That's perfect. Don't give him a huge task. Simcast. Come on, Pacers. Alright. Alright, 42-point first I'll take. Second's not looking as good. We lose by 4, but still a nice lead. Yep, there we go. Alright. Well, made it a little closer, but only won 2 quarters, but that first quarter was a big one. 16-point win. Gary Payton has been huge since Kobe got hurt. Steve Nash with a double-double off the bench. Shaq's return only 13 and 8, but only missed 2 shots. I like it. No blocks, got 4 assists. Ben Wallace 1 for 5. Don't know what you're shooting, dude, to miss 4 of them. Payton fouled out, though. Not great. Carter only 9 points. Peja went off. I just don't have that wing defender for him. I could put Payton on him, but I don't know if that'll help. Penny Hardaway was awful. I think we just make Peja beat us. Until he does, I'm not going to worry too much. Make sure we don't have any further injuries here. Nobody's got the battery logo. That's helpful. It says Carter should play a little more and Nash. Actually, it says Shaq could play more. I don't want to test that. We're going to simcast it just like we did. Big start here. What a start. 22-point lead in the first. There we go. Don't let them win a quarter. Nice. All right. Did lose the fourth, but we did win by 31. I think if the Lakers would have made it here, this would be a very good series and possibly a loss for the Pacers, but I'm not too afraid of these T-Wolves. We got Shaq with 22 and 12. Went to the line a whole lot, so at least got some rest. Peyton wasn't as good, but Grant Hill took over. There's Peja again at the top, but they just don't have anybody else around him. I mean, they're decent players, but nobody's really stepping it up for Peja's help. Alright, maybe now I let Shaq play another minute or two. He can play there. Let's give him 30. Wallace hasn't been doing amazing. Also, maybe give Garnett another one. Let's do here. Get even better start in the first quarter, maybe. All right. See if we can win in Minneapolis. There we go. Are we going to sweep the finals? Looks like another victory. Well, we never really pulled away. It was pretty close till the end. Ended up winning by 18, though. Peja is just super consistent with scoring. Still, I mean, Brent Berry had 15, but still nobody else really up there. Hill Garnett with 22 and 12, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. I mean, after the first game, I thought Peyton was going to be MVP. Hill's had 2 in the last 2 that are really good. Garnett, if he does that again, could be in the running. So, hard to say, really. I didn't see Shaq. 15-13. I don't think it's going to be Shaq. Averaging 17 and 11. He is shooting almost 70%, but you know what I can do is give him a couple more minutes. We'll just go all out to try to sweep this series here. We'll let Garnett play 33. Shaq can play 33. We'll go with that. It says Shaq can play 35, so heck, why not? 7. Now let's go 34. All right, we'll jump into it at the end to see the celebration, assuming it's a win, which it might not be, but let's find out. Back and forth in the first, ended up winning by 2. Second, super low scoring, only won by 1. Now they're killing me in the third. Can we come back in the fourth? It's not looking promising. Nope. Lose by 13. Hopefully Shaq didn't get hurt. Peja, super consistent yet again. They shot not great, but had a little more help. Almost 50 rebounds. They turned it over 22 times and won this game. I turned it over 20. Barkley's my second leading scorer. Peyton was 6 for 20. Hill 3 for 11. Also didn't play 4 minutes. That scares me. Peyton played extra. Uh-oh. Grant Hill might be hurt. We shot better than them, but got beat in rebounds. Turnovers were too close. Please don't be hurt, Grant Hill. No? Okay. Well, I think we stay the course. Maybe I take one. Maybe Shaq doesn't need to do quite as much. What did he do in that game? I didn't remember seeing him. 14 and 8. All right, let's try that again. At least we're home now. Hopefully that helps. Or not. Second quarter we struggle. There we go. There we go. All right. Just don't blow it up in the fourth. Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to watch the celebration for the last 14 seconds here. Or after the last 14 seconds. We are not going to play. We've got Looks like all the starters are
left to
in.
play here in the fourth. Grant Hill on the
Stockton,
wing.
Hill, Garnett, Shaq, and Payton. Hopefully Grant Hill doesn't shoot. And it looks like he's trying to shoot.
Move. From about 16.
He is, for some reason.
Good. And that's it, folks. The Indiana
Somebody should have
Pacers
probably
have
punched him.
won it all. Wow.
So another title for the dynasty of the Indiana Pacers.
All the meetings, all the games, wins and losses, the emotion, the exhaustion culminating into tonight.
And whenever you win the NBA championship, there's a level of
adds to his resume
and excitement that really can't be matched. Pretty amazing to have accomplished this goal.
That might be the MVP.
And this place is
really hard to say.
Crazy. The bench loves it. The fans obviously overjoyed. This is one of those moments these players will never forget. Now, let's take you to the presentation of the Larry O'Brien Trophy. NBA Commissioner doing the honors.
Giving the trophy to Gary Payton. We know from experience that doesn't necessarily mean anything. He is the best overall player on the team. Let's find out. Actually, let's look real quick. Garnett made a case for it, it looks like. Shaq, not so much. Ended up averaging 16 and 10 for the playoffs. Payton, I think Gary Payton got it. Hill could have with a big game there, but I think it's going to Gary Payton. Garnett randomly got it last year after coming back from his injury. He, again, like when he plays, he's been really good, but if he can't stay healthy, it's a problem. Let's see who pops up. Gary Payton. For the playoffs, averaged 17, 4, 6, 2.5 steals. Stepped it up because he played a lot more in the finals after Kobe got hurt. 3.5 steals. That is craziness. Shot much better. Threes were not great, but that's how he's been most of his career. Gary Payton, your finals MVP. And we can see that is his third time doing so. He got one after sweeping the Sonics, after sweeping the Clippers, and now the T-Wolves got it. Didn't get swept, but in 5 games. At least let me celebrate on my home court. So, lots and lots of titles for the Pacers. Just this one interruption here by the Pistons. Again, not the team that beat me. I lost. I'll probably always remember, however long I do this, it was the Hornets that beat me in the first round. That happened. So Payton, 3 finals MVPs, never back-to-back, a stretch over 6 years or 7 years. Good stuff. And then you see Pacers have had 3 different regular season MVPs in that stretch. Ewing twice, Shaq was 6 straight, and now Kobe, thanks to Shaq's injury and Kobe's dominance. Hopefully he doesn't go down a whole bunch, but he probably will, at least in speed and jumping and things like that, unfortunately. Hopefully he has enough potential to keep going up, though, and other things. So that's where we will stop. Sorry for such a long video, but I can't help how many injuries there are. I guess technically I could turn them down more, but I don't feel like I should have to. Maybe I'll think about it so that I don't have to spend so much time doing my rotation all the time. So hopefully you've had some fun. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, next time I will get through the 2000 off season with the terrible draft class that is the 2000 draft class. So thanks, till next time. Shoe Shack Redemption's out.